tell you, I had one of the worst ever experiences on an airplane I've ever had. So on the way to my honeymoon, I was fast asleep on the airplane, and somebody threw up on me. Somebody literally threw up on me. I wake up and I'm like, wait, why am I wet? Like I was a little bit confused. Like I actually thought it was like some water or something that had fallen on me. And I look around and I see people, they're pointing, and then the airline stewardess, she's freaked out and she's like, oh my gosh, and she starts rubbing down. And then basically, make a long story short, there had been some drunk people on the airline that they let through. Evidently, before the plane started, somebody in the front part of the plane had already thrown up, and they were thinking about canceling the plane or the flight. They decided not to. They moved on. But yeah, like I said, a few minutes into actually taking off, I'm fast asleep. Somebody is running to the bathroom for whatever reason and ends up throwing up on me. Now, first of all, I'm confused. Then I'm grossed out because I'm like, of all things and of all times, first of all, we're in a pandemic. So that's like the worst thing to happen ever. Secondly, I'm thinking, where is your mask? Like, there is a mask policy being enforced. So if you had your mask on, best believe you would not have thrown up on me. It was just a disgusting experience on all levels. So now here is the issue. Here is the bigger issue. You know, the airline stewardess there, she did the best I think she could, kind of. I mean, change the seat, wipe me down. I didn't have a change of clothes. So like I literally had to wipe off all I could. I like sprayed myself with disinfectant. It was a gross experience. The bigger issue that I had though, honestly, was the way Emirates, the airline, handled it. Because, you know, they kind of position themselves as, you know, we really care about your safety. We really care about, you having a very safe, COVID-free experience. And I'm like, that was the least safe COVID experience. I mean, you can't get any more at risk than a person throwing up on you. And of course, yeah, maybe they couldn't necessarily control the fact that their passenger threw up on me, but I'm like, there were other things that had happened prior to that. Like I said, there were drunk people that had gotten the airline. There were different things. And I'm like, they hadn't enforced the mask policy. It was a weird experience. But here's the trippy part about it. So I go and I reach out to customer service. I send in different things and I'm like, hey, y'all broke policy. Dude threw up on me while I'm on your airline. I don't think I should have to pay for this flight. I mean, and here's the thing, you know, the airline stewardess and everybody, they documented it. It's on file. They have it. I go back and forth with the customer service and they're just like, we've identified that this happened to you, but we're going to do nothing. We're going to do nothing. And I'm thinking, you literally, your whole brand is like, oh, we care about your safety. We want to make sure that you have a great experience. I tell you that not only did I not have experience, I had a horrible experience, and you broke your policy, and you don't even want to give me like a voucher. You don't want to give me a voucher. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And so I just, personally, I don't know that I could ever fly Emirates again for that reason, because I don't really feel like they care about their customers. I'm a Yelper, if you guys didn't know. I have like a whole Yelp account where I review a lot of different businesses, and I love when people have good customer service, and I'm very passionate about writing about them, and I will. If a business does good, I will leave them a good review on Yelp. I'll, send in the 4 or 5 stars, and I'm like, hats off. That's great. But also, when you have bad experiences and then you tell customers things you don't deliver on that promise, I don't think that's also not right, because, people spend thousands of dollars for a product, for a service, and if you don't deliver upon it, I don't think it's unreasonable that you would actually, try to accommodate them. But for whatever reason, they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. So, guys, just my personal experience, I don't know that I'm ever going to fly Emirates again, because somebody threw up on me while on the airline, and they didn't see that as a problem during COVID. To me, that's a problem. But I mean, what do you think? Do you agree? Am I tripping? Or would you also be like, I'm not flying that airline ever again? Let me know what you think. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you for listening if you've gotten this far. And we'll talk later. Bye.